Now we've created the final set of roads, we're now going to look at how you can create strings with Project Assist that are not roads but are connected or associated to them. So in this case we're going to be looking at this particular car park here, and the idea is that this car park will be associated to Islet Street to have its levels connected in, and we will then have an island and a dish which are going to be designed separately. Now this will incorporate Model Builder, whereas so far we've only used Total Model. For this particular part of using Project Assist, we're going to need a new model which is going to incorporate Total Model but include other strings. So let's see how this would work. We're going to go up to the CSD AI ribbon and click on Project Assist. Now Project Assist has opened up, we can have a look at what types have been assigned to the particular alignments, and don't forget we can override all of this anyway. Now for the car park, this is going to become a road edge connection or string control. This is an independent string that will be associated to or connected to a road. So as you can see here, the car park will be tying into the existing road or road Islet Street as we've created there. So road edge connection or string control is ideal for this type of scenario. Underneath we have the dish, and that is going to be road edge connection or string control. Now we're not going to be connecting that to a road, but what we are going to do is basically creating an independent string that we can control the elevations of. Underneath that we've then got the island. Now if you're looking to create any kind of island with Civil Site Design Project Assist, typically you'll always pick island or roundabout string. Okay, and the intention is that this string will be draped onto a particular surface, which we'll have a look at very shortly. We're going to click confirm. As I said earlier, what we're going to do is make sure that the car park is associated to the road. This button here controls association, so it could be that the car park is being associated to maybe the wrong road. So we can disassociate by clicking the little button, which is what I'm going to do now. Now by disassociating, we have a list of alignments here that are not associated to roads. So what I want to happen is for the car park to be associated to the Islet Street road, meaning that it'll basically cut the road where it needs to be cut to form the connection and make sure the elevations match in. So we're going to reassociate by clicking on the associate button and then check Islet Street, which is where it was previously, and click OK. We've got some options here. So as this is an independent string, we're going to make sure that we have create as a separate string and assign a template for this particular string. We don't want to have variations applied to the Islet Street road which connect onto this alignment, because that obviously wouldn't work. So we're going to be picking a template which is curb mountable left. Now that follows with the curb being on the outside of this particular alignment as it's drawn clockwise. The sample rate is really down to you, so where we've got straights, maybe we'll set that up every 2 meters, and for the arcs we've got some very small radii going around there, so we're going to make that 0.1. As we scroll down, we've still got alignments not associated to roads, and that's absolutely fine. They're not going to be. The dish needs a template, so we're going to be picking this curb dish center template here. We're going to sample every 2 meters. Now, the important thing to note is that at the moment, what surface will be shown in the background, or what surface would it be connected to? Well, because this is an independent string, this car park will not be part of Total Model. So the only way we can create a model which combines the roads and the car park together is to use Model Builder. So Project Assist will create a Model Builder model which combines this car park and these roads that, as you can see, road 1, 2, 3, etc. all together. We then want the dish to reference that particular surface. So what we're going to tell it to do here is to say start connect for a meter and end connect for a meter onto this surface. Now the elevations of this are simply going to be the elevations that the software is going to be creating for the edge of this car park, and whatever's in between here the software will interpolate, and we're going to be connecting on this. So we've got full control afterwards going to go in and change this. The island will be becoming a draped string, and that will be draped onto that same surface. Okay, and we're going to be making sure that we've got curb mountable left. We've got a very small sample rate because we've got lots of arcs and tangents on here that are quite short. Once this has been created and draped onto BM Design Model, what will then happen further down is that the islands will be added into another model called Design Model with Islands. So if we added the island, which was referencing Design Model for its elevations, into Design Model, it would be self-referencing. So what the software is going to do is going to create a brand new model and add the island into that. Let's now go down, click on Compute to see the result. You will have noted that we've now got additional contours being drawn on the screen, and these contours have come from the two built models that have just been created. So what we're going to do is just tidy this up a little bit so we can see what's happening. So I'm going to go to the Roads tab, toggle display, turn off the contours for Total Model and for BM Design, and then we're simply going to turn on the line work just for our new model with the islands here. So you can see here how everything's been trimmed very neatly in conjunction with the car park. To give a little bit more context, what we'll then do is just have a look at this in Model Viewer to see how everything's worked out. If we go to Toggle Display, you'll notice that we're looking at the BM Design Model with Islands. So we can see there how the software has used Model Builder to cut out everything past the EB code and make sure that we've got this nice tie-in. We'll have a look at the elevations of the car park in a second, see how they've been calculated. We can also see the dish running straight through the middle here. In fact, if we right click near the dish and open the vertical grading editor, you can see that we've got these tie-in points here, which are the first and last meter being told to tie onto the design model. In fact, if we go to Auto Profile, we'll see here that we've got that set up here for the first meter matching onto the built model, and for the last meter also matching on to the built model. And we can leave those running in the background if we want, or we can choose to remove those entries and manually edit this particular dish. If we have a look at the drape profile string here, you can see that the elevations have been set straight onto the car park. So lastly, the elevations of the car park are really what we want to sort of understand and see how the software is connected in the elevations. So I'm going to open up the vertical grading editor for the car park, and we'll just have a look at the start. So as we see it, this is this point down here. Now you'll notice that there is some curb missing, so we're just going to look at why that may have happened by zooming into the start. So what the software has done to calculate these elevations, and these are the elevations of the EB, is it's actually added an auto profile entry. And in auto profile we have reference point. The reference point entry that has been added in here is basically telling the software to calculate the slope between the center line to the EB and use that to calculate the elevations of the car park string. So you're going to get this regardless of what we do with Eyelet Street. As long as we rerun this auto profile entry, we're always going to have that perfect tie-in in elevations. The only thing you may know is that just due to the fact that the reference might not be perfect, we haven't quite got an elevation at the start of the string, and that can easily be rectified simply by using the following tool up here to just drag the IP up until we get that elevation, and you'll see as we do that that the curb has now been added in. Basically, because there is vertical geometry, it has something to apply the template to. And that's how we can use two alignment types to create a car park.